Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very different question to go through than we usually do. And that question is, what happens when humans say they can or have the power to end humanity because they have the nuclear weapons? So it's very common nowadays for world leaders to threaten each other with the ability to wipe the other off the map, and for commentators in the media to express similar sentiments. Like this quote from a public commentator named Ted Turner. If the Russian nuclear arsenal was fired at the United States and other targets, and we fired back at them with thousands of nuclear weapons, it would be the end of life on Earth. It's weird, isn't it, that we strayed so far from feeling religious and respecting God in our minds that most humans believe that without any heavenly intervention, humanity can be just wiped off the face of the earth. I'm not saying that nuclear weapons aren't dangerous, but if people believe that humans on their own can just wipe themselves out, they're also saying that God has no hand in human affairs. Or even worse, that God doesn't exist at all. Because if humans can control everything, then what would there be a God for? Decoration? A glorified blessing machine? Think about Noah's time. The world was destroyed, yes, but God was behind everything. The flood, the salvation through the ark, the restoration. But now, nobody even remembers God at all. But of course, this sentiment isn't new, far from it. Let's just take one example. King Sennacherib. King Sennacherib of Assyria was fighting against King Hezekiah of Judah in 2 Kings chapter 18 and 19. And he was very proud of his army capabilities, so much so that he considered Jehovah, our God by the way, to be a very small fish in his eyes. He said a lot of things, but let's take a look at just a few to get a taste of how proud this man was. Let's look at 2 Kings chapter 18 verses 19, 22, 30, 33, and 35. And Rabshakeh said unto them, Speak ye now unto Hezekiah, Thus saith the great king, the king of Assyria, What confidence is this wherein thou trusteth? But if ye say unto me, We trust in the Lord our God, is not that he whose high places and whose altars Hezekiah hath taken away, and hath said to Judah and Jerusalem, Ye worship before this altar in Jerusalem? Neither let Hezekiah make you trust in the Lord, saying, The Lord will surely deliver us, and the city shall not be delivered into the hand of the king of Assyria. Hath any of the gods of the nations delivered at all his land out of the hand of the king of Assyria? Who are they among all the gods of the countries that have delivered their country out of mine hand, that the Lord should deliver Jerusalem out of mine hand? Sennacherib did have a mighty army, yes, he had the manpower, the horses, but he completely cut God out of the equation, making himself look so strong. Doesn't this sound very familiar to what many are saying today? And what happened to King Sennacherib after all that talk? His entire army was decimated in chapter 19, and he was killed by his own sons. So much for all that boasting, huh? So, if that happened in the past, would much change now? We were told in Isaiah chapter 2, verses 7 to 8, and verses 11 and 12, that those who lift themselves higher than their worth, whether individuals or institutions, will be brought down and humbled. The verses say, Their land also is full of silver and gold, neither is there any end of their treasuries. Their land is also full of horses, neither is there any end of their chariots. Their land is also full of idols. They worship the work of their own hands, that which their own fingers have made. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down. And the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon every one that is proud and lofty, and upon every one that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. So, what is the summary of this matter? Mankind has once again lifted up itself to believe that they have the power to control what happens in the world, all on their own. That through their technology, they can just destroy humanity willy-nilly whenever they want to. Think about those who had those same proud feelings in the past, so sure, so certain in their chariots and horses. Where did those guys end up? Dead, in the grave, with no more respect. And that is exactly what's going to happen to anyone or any institution that cuts God out of the equation and is full of pride. So, that is definitely something to think about. So, I'll just end this video there. If you like this kind of content and you're interested in seeing more of this content, then to support my channel, you can do 3 things. First, hit that like button. Second, that notification bell. And thirdly, the subscribe button. So you will definitely see my videos when I post them next. Have an awesome day, and I'd love to see you soon.